Boo! I don't know how to start this video. Every time I think about what I'm going to say, it turns into a rant about systems and comparing other games to Minecraft, and it's all a big mess. So I'm just gonna try to lay it out and explain what I'm going to do for the foreseeable future in this channel. This is sort of a long, kind of ongoing series that I may or may not work on. I might make like 2 videos on it and call it, forget it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I do not understand Minecraft. I understand Minecraft as a platform, adding mods, making game modes, multiplayer servers. I get that. I understand the rules of the game, the progression, how to make another portal, all that. I understand the aesthetics of Minecraft and the physics and how everything works together. But what is it about Minecraft that makes me wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat? I will assume that you are familiar with the 2-week Minecraft phase where you get the itch to play, and then after about 2 weeks, sometimes a couple of days, sometimes maybe a month, you stop playing, leave for weeks, months, maybe years. But eventually you always come back and do the same thing all over again. Why? This is the introduction to a larger investigation where I will try my best to play Minecraft so that I can understand why it is a game that sort of sticks with me personally. I don't know about the rest of the community. I don't think about coming back to other games as much as this one. I play 7 Days to Die and I kind of only want to play that one with friends. I played Terraria and I thought about doing the hard mode, but that's a little too hard. And I'm not, waking up in the middle of the night thinking about Terraria, even though it's objectively the better game when it comes to being a video game. I want to know, what is it that drives people to stay in one world for years, maybe even a decade at this point, right? It's been over that, but you know what I mean, right? I always thought that that's what creative mode was for, to have this really, like a sandbox where you can put stuff and build whatever you want. But people are doing that on survival. And sometimes they're even doing it in hardcore. They're making a hardcore world, trying to live as much as they can, without dying, as you do in hardcore. And they're making these really complicated builds and like a city with all these farms, and it's thousands upon thousands of hours of gameplay, and in a moment's notice they make one mistake and it's all gone. I already tried doing something like this sometime around last year. I sat down to play Minecraft for 7 days straight for at least 30 minutes. I wrote down some notes as I was having the experience, and I don't think that's going to be helpful because it was just what I experienced playing the games. I wasn't really thinking about, a greater meaning. I just wanted to know why I kept coming back to the game. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and have a deeper understanding for Minecraft as a cultural phenomenon, really. I don't know what else to call it. If you have any suggestions to add to my methodology that is very flawed because I don't know what I'm doing on the best of days when I have a guide, I don't have a guide for this, and I have no idea of what I'm going to be doing or how to go about doing this. So this is what I have so far. This is sort of the rough draft, and hopefully at least one person watches this video and can let me know what else I should be looking out for. I'm going to be making 3 Minecraft worlds in different versions. I should be making more as it evolves through the years or whatever, or maybe do that. I saw this one video where it's like, oh, I'm making a Minecraft world, but every so often it the version updates or whatever. But I don't think that my attention span allows for me to do this with more than 3 worlds. 3 is already pushing it. So this is what my patience allows, and that's what I'm gonna be moving forward with. The first world that I've currently been playing in, by the way, is in version 1.1. It's as far back as I can go before hitting the beta and the alpha versions, and I want to give the game the fairest chance possible to sort of, you know, indoctrinate me, yes, for lack of a better term. I know that there's a lot to love about the betas and the alphas, and they have like their, oh, their eerie atmosphere, and oh, they're so surreal, and look at all these things that you could and could not do. I get it, but I want to give the game the fairest shot possible. And if this was the only version of Minecraft that would exist because for some reason it flopped, this is what we would have, right? I think that we would have 1.1, maybe a couple more updates in, but this is the base, right? This is the skeleton from which everything else is being built on top of, and I wanted to start here. The second world, very simple, latest version. I'll have to see what it takes to update to the newer versions. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I want to try to keep this world up to date as much as possible. Might be difficult depending on what updates Mojang rolls around, but if anything, it's going to be the most modern version at this moment in time. And I'm going to try to put all of my efforts that are going to go in here. I'm going to stay in this world for the longest amount of time. Especially because I'm going to be playing in vanilla. I'm not going to add any mods whatsoever. I'm going to have the normal experience, but I'm going to talk about that later. It's fine. The third world is somewhere in between. This is a very difficult decision to make. I've been looking up discussions on the best Minecraft version, and it seems that everybody has a favorite version that's usually connected with when it was the first time that they were playing Minecraft, and they're doing it mostly for the nostalgia. They're not really like choosing a version because of any specific updates, unless it's an update that they like, but there's no like clear cut, oh yeah, this is the update that changed the entire thing and we all loved it. There's always like, you know, it's very mixed amongst all the discussions that I've seen online. I decided to go with 1.8.9 because multiplayer worlds use it as a base. I know that there's one of the 1.7s is used for the mod support that it had, but I'm not gonna be going with mods. I'm gonna be doing vanilla. So I think that this is the fair version to go with. I don't know if I don't know if that's the right call to make, but that seems to be where if all the arrows are pointing to this version. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, now this is what I'm gonna be doing. This is the structure of every Minecraft world, how it's gonna progress. I don't know if I'm going to stick around with the older versions of the game because it seems that like when it comes to vanilla, the recommendation is to just play the latest version that is out. So here we go. First, I'm gonna play the game normally, no stress. I'm gonna do the achievements if I can. I'm gonna try to get to the natural end of Minecraft where you defeat the Ender Dragon, although a lot of people see this as like a chore. I've never actually beaten the darn thing. I went in creative mode. I threw a bunch of, you know, eyes at the air, and then I found the foil, you know, the stronghold or whatever, and then I, you know, 360 no-scoped the Ender Dragon, but that's, you know, that's on creative mode. I wanna try to do that in the real Minecraft. And a lot of people just see it as a thing that, like a box that they check, and then they're like, okay, good, now we can play the real game. we did the early game, yay! And I'm like, what do you mean you did the early game? That's like, isn't this supposed to be like the end, quote unquote? But yeah, that's something that I'm gonna try to do as often as possible, if I can. So the idea is that once I defeat the dragon, I switch to another version, and then maybe come back to the previous one, right? I think that going through the motions like this is going to help me better understand Minecraft as a game, and then hopefully have a breakthrough and understanding the meaning of life and the universe and all that. And then finally, I am going to try to fight back the gamer brain, which is very difficult to turn off because you want to optimize every game at all costs. You want to find the most efficient route to do this and that. You want to cut time. you wanna master the game, right? That's what games are all about. You get better at them. But I think that Minecraft is it's a lot more than that, right? Because the combat is, even in the later versions, incredibly simple, and you can just basically break most of the enemies by just putting in a couple of blocks in front of you or making like a box around you, and just funneling them in one at a time, or maybe throwing like, I don't know, like a potion or something. It's weird. It's a very weird situation with Minecraft because people spend, again, so much time in these worlds, and it's not like Terraria. Again, I don't want to compare it to Terraria, but in Terraria there's all of these like weapons and stuff and bosses and all these crazy things happening, and the craziest thing to happen in Minecraft, from my experience, is you have to climb towers to hit the beacons to stop the Ender Dragon from healing. That's the hardest thing you can do. I think that from what I've seen, Minecraft has broken up into 3 different areas of gameplay that it has, and then it sort of, they sort of intersect with one another, but the people playing Minecraft tend to gravitate towards one of these 3 things, okay? Combat, exploration, and then the building or making of things. Combat is very easy. You kill stuff, try not to die. There's a fun to be had in Minecraft from trying to beat things and being surrounded, fighting against the odds, and going into this or that place, fighting the bosses. Exploration is finding things like the nether, or the end, or going deep underground, finding a cave, the joy of finding something new. And Minecraft is not really good at this because everything is procedurally generated, but at the same time that's what makes it so charming, because you never, even though you know what's out there, you don't know where it is or when you're going to find it. Like with diamonds, for example, it's just you just don't know. And your Minecraft journey is about figuring out where these things are, right? Finally, we have the building and the making of the things. This is the one that I can't fully wrap my head around because I'm a very utilitarian, sort of gamer-brained individual, and if I don't have a reason for making something, I usually don't make it. Like, people will make these really big and beautiful like castles and buildings, so they'll recreate like some kind of building in the real world in Minecraft, or they'll make a city, and I don't see the point of doing all of that. So in Terraria, and I don't want to keep bringing up Terraria, but it is the game that's always being compared to Minecraft. When you make a house in Terraria, you're making it for the NPCs that come into your village, and they basically start to live there. You can make a bunch of little hobo apartments that that I like to call like the crab shacks, which is something that I definitely did after I'm making the Terraria world for like the 5th time, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna bother making this pretty. But you have a reason, at least the first time you're playing, to really want to make a nice village or a house for all of your NPCs. In Minecraft, you don't really have that. As long as you make like a hole somewhere, or like in a mountain, put some torches, a chest, crafting table, bed, that's it. That's all you need to do. So making this really complicated anything doesn't serve a purpose other than you want to do that thing. And that's the connection that I want to have, and I think that's the key of breaking through and finally getting to the bottom of why we all keep playing Minecraft. But maybe some people already have it, but I was not born with that ability, and if I was, it was taken from me, beaten out of me by society and the world at large. So hopefully I am able to reconnect with that and hopefully make a big pixelated image of Hatsune Miku out of wool which I would love. I would love to have that actually. That'd be really nice. Hopefully, as I play, I make other observations and all that to add. But right now, this is all I have, and I need to basically play the game a lot and become really intimate with it. And I guess the last thing to do is answer the big question, why am I even doing this in the first place? I'm gonna give you 3 reasons, okay? Number 1, the views. YouTube loves Minecraft. Number 2, the game will not leave my brain. Please get it out of my head. I beg of you. Lobotomize me if you have to. Number 3, I'm supposed to like this game. I am an alleged artist. I draw stuff sometimes, and I get this feeling that if I can understand Minecraft, I will be able to, at the very least, get back into drawing, figure out why I can't bring myself to make anything. I started making a game out of the comic that I abandoned, that I was drawing, that I barely had any motivation to do. It is now in RPG Maker, and RPG Maker makes things incredibly easy. And I just have to keep going and testing, and I'm very close to maybe a 15 to 30 minute playable demo. I have a proof of concept. I just gotta keep going, but I find it so hard to get motivated to do it, right? And I feel that understanding Minecraft holds the answer to all of my creative problems. It might not cure me because whatever I have going on is terminal, but I definitely think it's going to help. Hopefully, something in this video made sense. Let me know what you think in the box at the bottom that we have. Maybe I'm delusional, maybe I have completely lost my mind, maybe I never had a brain to begin with. We're gonna find out together, hopefully. I'll make other non-Minecraft related videos in between, but right now this is what I'm doing, so hopefully it's gonna be a long-term thing. I'm very looking forward to it. That's why I am making this video, so that I have that sort of extra accountability step, and I can find some additional motivation to keep going instead of what I did the first time, which is just write a text document down and then it's saved somewhere. I guess if somebody wants to see those notes, I can put them out. I don't mind. Anyway, thank you very much for your time if you got this far. I will see you in the next one coming soon. I got a whole week down in World 1.1 to process, and I'm gonna relay that to the world in the next video. Bye bye.